So hi guys, I hope everyone is doing well. I would like to film a video regarding how do you apply for jobs. It could be, it depends really, to be honest. It depends on your age, it depends on your financial situation, it depends on what you're looking for. Uh, so I would like to talk about mainly from what I know, from what I have experienced so far. Now then, I'll go into the category of, I would say, from your early 20s. Yeah, I can only speak about from what I know, from what I have experienced so far. So I would say the first step is looking for something that you like. So I think you need to make a list on the things that you enjoy the most. Could be several things. If you're more into admin, if you like books or like to read, or perhaps if you're like, let's say, if you're a gym kind of person and you're into fitness. Regardless, there is so many different things anyway. So that will be the first step. After you have your list and you have an idea of the type of job that I would like to do, I would suggest, if you have the opportunity, to try to volunteer. Try to go. Let's say if it's a clothing shop that you're interested in, if you're interested into fashion and everything, you could go to Zara, H&M. There is so many different brands, really, that they can provide you training without you receiving a payment, which I know it kind of sucks, but that will help you to build up your CV and to build up your skills. So bear in mind, this video is not a script or anything like that. I'm just making this on the go because I think it's a very important and interesting subject to talk about, especially growing up and everything. I feel like looking back, in school we were not really taught like how to look for a job, how to get a job that we actually like, and how can we build up our careers. That's that. After you know what you're looking for, build your CV. Your CV is very important, and there is so many articles online that can help you to build up your CV. There are professionals out there that can help you. So it's not very difficult. I think it needs to be, personally, I would say one page is enough, because I don't think an employer that is looking for someone wants to read a long CV. So I would say it needs to be specific, it needs to be clear, to make sure there is no spelling mistakes. It needs to be objective, and I think that's the main thing, really. I'm not gonna go too much into detail how to make your CV. That could be actually for another video. If you guys would like to watch that, I don't know.
That'll be actually interesting. Sorry about the lighting, it's just a mess at the moment. I'm using normal lighting and it's just, I don't know, doing their own thing. Anyway.
So once you have your CV, let's say you have been sending your CV, invited you, a company or an employer are interested in you and they invited you for an interview. I would say it's very important for you to do your research. Never go to an interview without doing your research about the company. You need to show that you know what the company is about, what are they focusing on, if the company is more towards scientific management or human relations. So both, I think that's really, really important. If you don't know much about that, you can just do a quick search on human relations and scientific management, so you have an understanding as well of which type of job you'd like to do and which type of company would you like to work for as well, regarding that. And from there, you made your research and you know about the company to get invited for an interview. When it comes to a conversation, should be normally interviews is a one-to-one conversation, so it can be very nerve-wracking. I tend to feel like can be nerve-wracking, and it can be a bit unpredictable. You need to be able to think outside the box in order to give quick answers but powerful answers as well. So for instance, an example, if they ask you, I personally think the main question asked overall in the interviews is, what makes you different from other candidates? I think that's a very thoughtful question, and it can be quite difficult to answer sometimes, because at the end of the day, there is so many candidates applying for the same job role as you, and it can be quite tricky when it comes to that, because you think, oh, what do I have that will be different from other people? And what if I say this? You never know what is the answer that they want to hear. You can have an idea, but you never know 100%. But you can only just give your best. After all of these 4 steps, I cannot guarantee you'll get the job, but I can guarantee that you're in the right track to get a job, and eventually move on from that gradually. Once you get your job, you can then improve your skills and move on to better things. So I hope this video was helpful. I hope so. I think it's really important to, especially in the beginning of your 20s or on the age of 18, it's important to know, not even 18, some people start working when they're 16, depending where you're from and on your financial situations, whatever. But I would say it's important, and I think when it comes to college or high school, is certain things that they don't really teach you about, and you just see yourself in that situation, and it's something that you need to deal with without even having any knowledge about it, and it can be very scary as well. But I generally hope this video was helpful. It's just the basic steps in order to get your job, a job that you would like to have, obviously. And yeah, that's it really. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If there is any questions, or if there is certain things that I was not really making clear, you can always leave a comment down below. I will keep posting different videos with different topics. I think as well a video that will be interesting to see would be how to make a CV as well. I think that's important. That will help not only you guys, but will help me as well, because there are certain things that I need to improve. I think it's always about self-improvement. And yeah, that's it. I will see you guys in another occasion. Bye!